What do you think?
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Today we're at Hinchinbrook Farm here in Blockhouse, Nova Scotia, and I'm here with my two children today, and my two children have been diagnosed with autism.
So there are two sides to the farm. We have a very traditional therapeutic riding instruction program where we have children ranging in very young age to actually young adults who come to the program primarily for the physical benefits of therapeutic riding. And then there also is a side of it in terms of the kids being able to listen and follow instructions and improve their attention and their focus and be able to reach goals.
It's a magical place for us. And it's a place of therapy really for all of us as a family unit. When we come here, my children I know can be off with the volunteers who are well trained, and I can sit back as a parent and enjoy watching them. Oftentimes families can feel very isolated, homebound, that they can't go out into the community because of the kinds of behaviors and physical challenges that their children have. At the farm, there are many challenges that are put in front of them in terms of learning to wait, to have patience, to listen, to follow instructions, to be able to get at things they really love to do. They learn how to do those things that to other children we think kind of come naturally. They're given an opportunity to take risks here, and their parents see that they can take those risks and be successful. But it's also in a very supported environment. And there's something special about animals and that just brings something out in the children. They love to touch the animals, they love to talk about it, it's a sensory feeling. And for an autistic child to be able to take an experience and tell, say, their grandparents about it is a real feat for an autistic child to do that. So our program benefits from a number of sources, United Way being one of the major sources of that funding. The farm here needs to have new and exciting things to have here for the children when they come. We need to keep them interested and excited about coming here and being here. The United Way is really helping create that environment for us as families to come out and enjoy it.
Shall we sing that, Josh?
Sing a song?
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a horse, E-I-E-I-O. With a neigh-neigh here and a neigh-neigh there, here a neigh, there a neigh, everywhere a neigh-neigh. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
There we go, Alan in left. And leave the reins. Black little boy smile. You swing that lady, then you all promenade. This is how I roll. Animal quick, things out of control. It's Red Bull with the big ass bra. And like Bruce Lee, I got the clout, yeah. Look at that body. Look at that body. Look at that body.
It's the intergenerational dance program, and it's a program that brings together seniors and youth to learn both modern and older style dance together. So from my perspective as a senior safety coordinator, it's really important to bring the generations together, because I want to reduce ageism and age discrimination, reduce elder abuse. And without programs like this, I think seniors and youth would end up being more and more isolated.
Now circle to the right the other way back till you get to that home.
It was really cool to see the seniors and the youth both working together.
There's a lot of benefits for youth, and besides, I think changing the stereotypes that youth might have.
Sometimes when people think seniors, they think of seniors just sitting in their chairs, reading their books and stuff and watching TV, but in reality, seniors do most of the stuff that we do, just in a different way.
I think the youth went away thinking that, oh well, maybe they're more active than we think they are. Well, we're not as far apart as our age might imply. We still have a lot of common interests. Certainly we have a lot to offer from the seniors' perspective to share with the youth. And in turn, they share the world that they find themselves in as well.
They're really fun people, and that they have a lot of knowledge and just really cool.
It was a lot of fun.
Very nice.
This is Bridgewater, and this is actually during National Youth Arts Week. I think it's really cool to see everything coming together in Bridgewater. Like, there was the coffee house last night, all the sidewalk art that's been going on, and then this here today, which is really cool. And then there's like art galleries going on, like at the Black Duck, and I think there's one in a cafe on King Street. So yeah, there's stuff happening all over the place, and it's really neat to see.
Everybody lean in like you're hearing a secret. This, right now, where you are, has never been done before.
You know, when we talk to community members and say, you know, the United Way is supporting this, it gets a bit of recognition, and people go, wow, that's really great that the local United Way is part of this as well, and it just starts to build those connections with other agencies that they say, well, we're on board, you know, the mall donated space, the library donated space, so you start to get this in-kind support happening as well when you can say that there's a funding body that's endorsing this and giving it money, and it's a recognized source.
This bus is one that has been on the go now for, I think, about 20 years really, and the bus is designed to handle senior citizens, of course, as well as people who are in wheelchairs. I said that about 20 years ago, somebody in the Kiwanis Club decided that there was a need in this community, since there was a lot of senior homes in the community. They thought that these seniors need to have access, better access to the community than they have by just sitting in their room. The demand became so great that they decided the only thing to do, we had to do one of two things, either quit altogether or get a bus. Well, the bus has been designed especially with seniors in mind. And as the name would suggest, senior wheels, we put wheels under the seniors. And that's something that we are very proud of, that we've been able to do.
And the drivers are wonderful.
We have about 20 drivers involved. They're all volunteer. The board of directors are the management of the organization, and they are all volunteer. We just can't do it all by ourselves, but we need the United Way and the other organizations, the town of Bridgewater, and organizations that can help fund this service that is being offered to seniors.
ProKids stands for Positive Recreation Opportunities for Kids. So for children 0 to 18, even the little ones can be included. ProKids provides financial help for financially stressed families so they can register their children in sport, recreation, and cultural activities. So we have kids apply for things like horseback riding, guitar lessons, gymnastics, swimming, soccer. It's really open to any activity that's available in our community. They can apply.
As far as like the ProKids, like Mackenzie, she's benefited so much from that program because of the gymnastics. She would not be where she is today without it, because there's no way, like as a single parent, that I would be able to afford to put her through gymnastics.
Parents are really excited when they learn about the program. We have people quite often contact us and say they just learned about it and they're really excited because they weren't going to be able to put their children in an activity this season.
I didn't know until going through Big Brothers Big Sisters that United Way actually fund these things.
In recreation, we always say there's physical benefits, there's social benefits, there's spiritual benefits, and it's beneficial to our community too, because we're growing leaders by putting our children in these programs because they're gaining so many benefits through participating. Some kids will grow up through a club and end up being a coach and a volunteer, and then when they're a parent too, they're involved. So it's beneficial to the whole community. We really depend on sponsors like the Lunenburg County United Way. It makes a big difference in kids' lives to have recreation, sport, and culture a part of it.
Just makes a better community.
Great. Yeah. 2:20 is when kids will be switching around. Okay.
Do you? Yeah, you're gonna make sure you're all stretched out when you do this. Excellent.
I stay very good.
Do you? Good. See if you can touch your nose to your knees. You get all that one touch your nose to your knees? Oh, that's pretty hard. Can you reach?
So if you look at it as a community, like as a whole, it's all connected. All of our organizations and our local businesses and everything that we have are all helping these kids in a roundabout way.
The Kids and Cops program is a partnership between the Bridgewater Police Service, the RCMP, and Big Brothers Big Sisters of the South Shore. For youth to be part of the Kids and Cops program, they have to be on the waiting list for the Big Brothers Big Sisters. The point of the Kids and Cops program is to help foster a more positive relationship directly with the youth that are involved with the program and police officers. This gives us an opportunity to socialize and interact with these at-risk youth at an early age to help foster a positive relationship between police and the youth, so that if they do have dealings with us down the road, we're not a scary person that they don't know. We're their friends, we're people that they can trust, we're people that are there to help them. Some activities that the kids are involved in throughout the week are some gymnastics, and we work with the local Kippers organization. As well in the afternoon, we go over some self-defense tactics with David Penny at the local kickboxing club, and we show them what it means to be respectful of one another through positive interaction, through self-defense, but really learning what true sportsmanship is all about.
The United Way funds different programs within our community that, unless you are actively involved in certain organizations, you might not see the connection. So you will have Big Brothers Big Sisters kids that partake in our programs partaking in the YMCA Youth Zone on Friday night, which is also funded by the United Way. They might be getting funding from the United Way for pro sports, so they can partake in other community activities that they might not otherwise have the opportunity to do so.
Without the support from the United Way, this is not something that would be possible for us to do every year. We've in fact expanded over the last couple of years to have 2 summer camps, and roughly we have 15 youth participate in each camp. So we're reaching 30 youth a year now, thanks to the United Way and people that are funding and supporting the United Way.
All right, on the count of 3, everyone turn around and say thank you. 1, 2, 3. Thank you! Thank you guys so much for letting us come here second time this summer. Appreciate it.